Sorry, y'all. I'm not going to make this live super long. You'll just have to watch the replay. I'll get kind of directly into it, okay? Here's what we're going on the move to Las Vegas. I got a little bit of a pushback from some family, which is no big deal. When you come in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Hope everyone's doing well on this fabulous Wednesday. Had a little bit of a pushback from some family, which ain't no big deal. That's not my main concern here, okay? Here is my main concern. Hey, Tots, how you doing? Here is my concern with the move to Las Vegas. As you guys know, I have some health issues, and I see some doctors. The way it works with the type of medication I am on, the state of Nevada does not allow you to be on these two type of medications at the same time unless you had just went through a surgery or something along the lines of that. Okay. Let me just put it out there to you. If some of y'all don't know, I am on hydrocodones for pain because of my neck and my back. So I'm on hydrocodones for my neck and my back, and I'm also on Valium. Valium is for my anxiety, depression, stuff like that. In the state of Oklahoma, you're allowed to be on these two medications because I'm monitored by a doctor. But Nevada state law states that you cannot be on these type of medications for long term unless it's due to you like having a surgery or just a short term situation. So next month in January, I've got a panel that I'm getting on with all my doctors here in Oklahoma to talk about all this. I have called every doctor I know in Las Vegas because I do pain management. They have all told me, because I'm on Valium and I'm on hydrocodones on a regular basis, not because of a surgical procedure, that they would not be able to be allowed to prescribe me both medications at the same time, which means I would either have to give up the hydrocodone or I would have to give up the Valium, of which I cannot do because of my anxiety and depression and my neck and my back issues. The hydrocodones I have to take because, guys, I have been through pain management since 2021. They have done well over 200 of the injections, the shots, everything you can think of to try to keep me from being on pain medication. And nothing is working. Nothing is working. So we had to result into me being on some kind of type of pain meds. And I have reached out to all the pain management doctors that I could think of in the Nevada area, and none of them will agree to me being on both medications for long term for me to go up there and be on these for long term. Oklahoma allows it. Different states have different laws. I've been seeing these doctors here in Oklahoma for well over 4 years. So I know the risk of taking both medications, and I take it to the book, to the T. And I don't misuse it. I don't abuse it. I take it like I'm supposed to. Like if I take a Valium, I'm not allowed to take the hydro. If I take the hydro, I'm not allowed to take the Valium. Hey, I appreciate everyone coming in, but it's not that I don't want to move to Las Vegas. I want to move to Las Vegas. You guys all know this. You guys are aware of this. Is it heartbreaking that it's possible that I may not be able to move to Las Vegas? Sure, it is. But I've also looked at it as this. I started my channel here in Oklahoma, and I do tons and tons of traveling to Vegas, to Reno, to Laughlin, to Mississippi. You name it, I go. That won't slow me down on doing my trips. It just means that there's a chance I may not be able to move, which I'm okay with that if it comes down to it. Like I said, I'm doing a panel next month with all my doctors because I see quite a few specialists. And all these doctors are going to be on the Zoom call. And my it's even gotten my pain management doctor involved. Normally, I just see one of his LPNs or RNs. He's actually going to be seeing me next month, which is out of the ordinary because normally I don't normally see him. I see one of his proteges. It's heartbreaking that there's a chance I may not move to Las Vegas, but it's also, the pushback from the family and stuff, because now I've got a little bit of pushback from family members, of them really not wanting me to leave the state because of the medical problems I have. And I get that. I don't have anyone up there that's family-wise, but I have gained a really good community with people like you guys that are on here right now. I've looked into that, Mike, and I think the only place that I would be close enough to that would be able to do it would probably be Arizona. I have looked at Arizona's laws, and they're okay with it. But I've looked up the laws on Nevada state laws, and Nevada state law states strictly this: you can be prescribed these two types of medications, but it has to be for short term, which means that, like, if I had to have surgery or something, I can be on these medications because of a surgical procedure. You can't be on the medications for long term. So it may mean that I may not be able to move to Las Vegas because of that. The pushback from my family isn't nothing. I'll take care of that. I've got a little bit of pushback from family because some family has found out that I want to move up that way. They're like, what are you going to do? You get up there, you don't have any family. I said, you don't realize the community I've built with YouTube. I have more of you guys' phone numbers in my phone than I actually do family members. And that's not been like exaggerant or anything. I really do. I have tons of channels, tons of subs, people's phone numbers, and I have you guys all on Discord that I talk to, and it's just heartbreaking that I may not be able to move, but I'm also not in a position where I can just up and leave Oklahoma, without having all this in place. So a doctor in the Nevada area would happen to be willing to do this. And like here, in the state of Oklahoma, my original pain management doctor, when I had my pain management, yeah, well, that's another thing they threw out. My pain management did tell me until I found doctors up in Las Vegas that I can continue coming to Oklahoma for prescriptions, until I could get things figured out. If I had to switch doctors or whatever, they did tell me that I could continue like coming here until I became an actual resident of Nevada. But they can't. But if I come here, the way it works, when I come here for my doctor appointment, when I pick up my meds, they can't send that type of medication over state lines. I ran into that issue when I went and saw my doctor, or went and saw my daughter in Iowa. I had to stay an extra day in Oklahoma so I could pick up my medications here in Oklahoma because they can't send these medications over state lines. Hey Tracy, how are you? But my pain management told me, she said, until you got a doctor in Nevada, you can continue coming here. And the way it works here is when I do, like the other day, I had my pain management, but my refill date on my hydros isn't till Friday. It's not the same day as I see the pain management doctor. So my refill date isn't till Friday, and I don't want to have to stay an extra few days in Oklahoma to get my meds and then fly back. That's another option I've looked at, but when I saw that deal and I started contacting these doctors in Nevada, it was just so heartbreaking because, like I said, my original pain management doctor I had, I obtained a medical marijuana card, okay? So that pain management doctor told me that I could not be on Valium and use medical marijuana at the same time. So I had to get a pain management that allowed me to use the medical marijuana and was able to be on Valium, because at that time I was not on the hydrocodones yet. I was still doing the shots, okay? I was still doing the shots. So therefore, I had to find a pain management that was okay with me using the medical marijuana and having the Valium. Now, if I get up there and if I have to drop the Valium and do the medical marijuana, or do marijuana because marijuana is recreational in the state of Nevada, I might be able to swing that. But with what my anxiety and stuff levels are and does, I'm at a regimen where I'm comfortable with it. I am at a regimen where I'm comfortable with it, and I don't have to use that medical marijuana all that much, because I use it for medical purposes. I don't use it to get fucking high. I'm not one of these 20-year-old kids that want to just get blazed. I use it for the reason why I have the card. Valerie, I have been on Valium, and then years ago they had me on something called Buspar, which did not work. It actually made my anxiety worse. My mom's on Buspar, and she's not real fond of it either. It actually amped up my anxiety. But it's not that I don't want to move to Las Vegas. Guys, I've already been approved for apartments up there. I've already done the application fee. I've paid for the application fees. I'm approved. My only holdback, I will deal with the family situation. I will take care of that. The pushback on that is I got a couple family members that's not big on me leaving because of the medical issues I got. They're like, that's 17 hours from us. What if something was to happen and we need to get to you? And I'm like, I'm taking that into account too. But if it comes down to where I gotta stay in Oklahoma and just travel like I normally do, as you guys know, I love going to Reno. I love going to Laughlin. I love going to Vegas. I'll continue doing it like that if it comes down to it. We'll know more once I do the panel with my doctors next month, because I'm going to have all of them on there. And my primary is going to be on there as well, which is going to be a big help, because he'll be able to kind of explain to me how the laws in Las Vegas works. These pain management doctors and these other specialty doctors really don't know a whole lot, except that they just prescribe shit to you. But that's what I wanted to get on here and talk about, is there is a chance I may not move to Vegas. And If it comes down to it where I got to stay here, I'll just have to stay here. Guys, I got amazing offers with the Caesars Reward program where I can go to Reno in February for $50. I can go to, right now, I got a deal where I can go to Biloxi in February for like $100. So it's not that I can't do these offers and stuff like that. It's the fact I'm not happy in Oklahoma. That was the whole reason I wanted to get the F out of here. I'm not happy in this state. Do I like the fact that I got all this permission to film and all that stuff? Absolutely. I've got permission at places all over this state. Two of the locations I got permission at, I'm exclusive at, which means no one else can even film there. And I worked my ass off to do that. Hi, Beans, how are you? But, I mean, if it comes down to where I can't move to Las Vegas, it's going to be heartbreaking. It really will be. If you missed any of this video, you'll just have to rewatch it. But the pushback on the family, I will take care of. I'm obviously going to do what I want to do because I'm a 40-plus-year-old man and all my kids are grown. And I've also took into consideration, it takes me away from some of the grandbabies here too. I've looked at that as well. But I can't go against Nevada state law. And if I can't get a doctor in Nevada to get on board with what I got going on, then I'm not going to be able to leave. I mean, it's just how it is. It's part of life. I'm not this healthy 49-year-old guy anymore. There's a reason why I had to retire early. There's a reason why I'm on these medications. I see tons of specialists. And, if I was able to just up and leave, I would leave right now. I would leave right now and go to Vegas. I really would. But do I want to be on these meds? Absolutely not. 100%. Bama Jana threw that out there too about Biloxi. Or like, Mobile or somewhere in that area. She threw that out there. That's an option that, even before I started thinking about Vegas, I actually started talking to Beer Belly about that, because when me and Amber, when we were together, when we went down to Biloxi to meet Ron and Beer Belly and all them, I absolutely fell in love with it down there, guys. I flat out told her when we left that day, and this is before I ever went to Las Vegas. I looked at her and I said, by November, I want to be living down in this area. And she's like, well, what about all your doctors and stuff? And I said, we might be able to get everything transferred down this way. Fro, I'm not moving to Canada. Shut up. What are you doing, Fro? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm not moving to Canada. Number one, it's just too damn cold. Guys, it's in the 30s here. Marry Fro and get a dual citizenship. But and that's another thing my family was worried about me moving to Vegas. They're like, we're scared you're gonna move to Vegas and you're gonna get up there and you're gonna blow all your money at the casinos and you're not gonna have no money to eat on. I said, I have 300 casinos in this state that I can go to. A casino is not a problem. Yeah, am I like right there in the center of everything and can go to the casinos? Will all my live streams when I go live when I'm in Vegas be always me gambling? No. I'll show you guys like the Strip, Fremont, stuff like that. It's not going to be 100% platonic, just me gambling. And I'm a smarter gambler than that. Number one, I never put a dime in any casino before my bills are paid. Number two, I make sure everything's taken care of, like grocery wise, stuff like that. Um, do I like some of the prices that are in Vegas? No, not really. Like I bought a 1 liter Dr. Pepper up there when I was there that last time when I was in Las Vegas, and that 1 liter Dr. Pepper cost me $5. I can get a 2 liter here, three for $5. You don't have them deals up there, but there is a possibility. We'll know more next month, and I'll keep you updated. I plan on doing a live from the casino on Christmas Day. That's my. I'm sitting in my car because I got my sons are in the house and they're playing Fortnite, and I didn't want it to be a copyright or anything. So yeah, Beans, and you guys, some of you guys know, some of y'all don't. I'm also a tobacco smoker. Up there, the cheapest pack of cigarettes was $14.21. I can get cigarettes here. My brand of cigarettes here, I can get almost 3 packs of cigarettes here for that price. Okay, and gas here in Oklahoma, I pay $2.19 a gallon. Gas in Las Vegas, $4. I mean, come on. And it don't have nothing to do with that. And that's like I was talking to Big Slaughter. I said, and it don't even have to be even me going up there with the vehicle, because we got bus services up there. I can have Walmart delivery sent to my apartment. I don't, I don't mind riding the Deuce bus. I don't mind doing stuff like that. And if I went and seen some of you guys at like GBR or the M or whatever, I would splurge the $30 to go see you guys, by renting a taxi or Uber. Or round trip would be $60, I guess. But it's not that I don't want to move to Vegas. I already had plans. I already started pre-packing. It's the fact that doctors up there are not cool with you being on some certain types of medications. And at the same time, unless it's short term, and that's bullshit. Because these are medications I have to be on. This isn't something that I can like sit there and just dodge. And like Chip said, even my pain management told me, they're like, until you found pain management in Las Vegas, you can fly here, do your doctor's appointments here, and then fly back up to Las Vegas. Well, then I would have to stay an extra few days to get my meds, until you became a legal resident. But what I'm seeing online, what I've looked at, I mean, I have looked at everything. I have done Google searches. I have called doctors, and they're all like, no, you can't be on Valium and you can't be on hydrocodones unless it's for medical purposes of you like having a surgical procedure. And I'm like, well, these are long-term medications, and I do it by the book. I don't abuse it. Guys, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've already been through rehab once. I won't relapse. I do everything by the book nowadays. And it's just heartbreaking that it's come down to where I possibly may not be able to move, because I've already been approved for apartments up there. Like I said, I got to where I started pre-packing, getting stuff ready and getting things arranged, and and getting stuff prepared around here for me to move. I've got U-Haul 2 blocks behind me. Yeah, and Lala, that's what I'm saying. I've done these injections. I've done over 200 injections on my neck and my back. They last 2 days. I didn't want to ever be put on pain medication. Ever. Ever. Did I ever want to be put on pain medication? Because I knew that was the last resort, and I never wanted to do it. But the doctor told me, they're like, we don't want to do any more injections on you. It's pointless. It's pointless. It's not doing anything for you. Guys, I can't look up at the stars. I have to lay on a blanket if I want to look at the stars. I can't. That's why when you guys see me, I drink out of a straw a lot. I can't tilt my head back. I've got some medical issues, but I'm still normal. I'm still a normal 49-year-old guy with just some medical problems. Okay. Um, and and then that's another thing. I mean, I still am capable of being able to do anything that you guys do. I just can't do it as fast. If you guys ever notice me in a casino, I walk kind of hunched over, and that has to do with my neck and my back problems. I was diagnosed with a disease called ankylosing spondylitis, which means it makes my neck and my back fused all the way from my back, neck, all the way to my tailbone. By the time they found this problem, I was already in my 40s, so there wasn't nothing they could do except make me comfortable. Um, See, I can't take ibuprofen, Valerie. I can't take ibuprofen whatsoever. I'm not allowed to be on ibuprofen because of my liver problem. Um, so I'm not allowed to be on ibuprofen because of that. If you guys don't know, if you aren't aware, in January of 2024, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver. That had to do because I was a recovering alcoholic. And because I have this autoimmune disease, my liver never, my autoimmune disease didn't give my liver a chance to heal. Um, so therefore, I do have stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver. But am I showing signs of having stage 4? Not really. I'm not jaundiced. I don't have the yellow eyes. Um, my doctor, when I go see him every time, he's like, "You got to be the spunkiest son of a bitch I've ever met in my life." He said, "I've never seen anyone with so many health problems come in here and you just go and go and go." And he said, like, "I wish everyone else had your energy." He said, "You don't give up." I said, "I can't give up because if I give up, it means I lose." You need to move to Mexico for pain management. Yeah, and that's another thing, that comes with my autoimmune disease. With this autoimmune disease, you can also get other things. I could possibly later on in life get lupus. We think my daughter's got lupus. We aren't 100% sure. Um, we aren't exactly sure if she's got it or not. We think she does. So which means that my ankylosing spondylitis skipped her and it went to lupus. I can later on catch lupus. I can later on catch MS. Um, in 2021, I was told within 5 years I would be completely wheelchair bound and wouldn't be able to walk. And you guys see me, I walk everywhere I fucking go. You know what's My kids are in there right now with my mobility chair. Before me and my wife split up, she threw this big walled out fit. Oh, he's going downhill. He needs a mobility chair. And he's not going to be able to function within 5 years. I walk everywhere. My mobility chair is sitting in front of a television right now in there in the living room with my boys playing Fortnite. I don't use that thing for shit. Now, when I go to town to like get Dr. Pepper and stuff, so I don't have to drive a car, I might jump on it and ride to town just to get it out and about, and that way I don't have to drive. Oh, yeah, that's what my son tells me. He's like, my son Isaiah tells me all the time. He said, "You remind me of a human Superman." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Elaborate that, Isaiah." He said, you keep getting told you got shit wrong with you, and you keep getting up and you keep fucking fighting, Dad. You don't give up. You don't fall to your illness. You don't show any signs of weakness. He said, you get up and you take the trash out. You take care of the dogs. Guys, I'm not supposed to lift anything over 5 pounds, but I had something delivered to the house one day. I think it was for my dog food, for my dogs. It was a 50-pound bag of dog food. Instead of calling one of the boys to come and get it and bring it in the house for me, I picked it up over my shoulder and carried the motherfucker in the house. Because, I mean, that's just who I am. That's how I was raised. Because dad didn't raise no bitch. But I wanted to get out there and, I wanted to do content, video content, not just always at the casino. I wanted to do the walk the strip, show you guys things, and, do cool shit like Fro does when he goes to Vegas. Just not as rowdy. Let's put it out there right now. Fro's a little unhinged when he goes to Vegas. It's kind of scary. Which I love Fro to death. But when Fro's out in Vegas, he scares me sometimes because I don't have some of the guts he's got to walk up to total strangers and ask some of the shit he does. But I'll tell you right now, if Fro lived in Las Vegas, that dude would have probably 20,000 subscribers. Straight facts. Because I mean, he's just entertaining to watch. And I've got a good community that stands behind me. I've got, like I said, I've got more people's names in my phone that are slot channels or subscribers, and I'm friends with them on Facebook, I'm friends with them on Instagram, and I'm on Discord, than I do family members. I very rarely even talk to half of my family. Except for during the holidays and shit like that. I'm going on a cruise next month with my little brother. Guys, when I was in Laughlin, if y'all don't know, I missed my little brother's wedding. I was in Laughlin when my brother was getting married. And there's a reason behind that. I got my dates mixed up. I thought he wasn't getting married till the 12th, and he was getting married the 5th. So I kind of fucked up on that deal. That was my fault. But I'd already booked Laughlin. It was already within 30 days, so I couldn't cancel the trip. And I've got a deal for Reno in February and in March for $50. I got a deal for Laughlin. My deal for Laughlin's always $50. I got a deal right now for Biloxi in February. Right now, the price is $129. It will lower. It always lowers before then. But the only problem with that is I don't like flying out of DFW airport. I'll take that hit if it means I can go down there and see Ron and them. But that month, my daughter's also due with the brand new baby that month. So that's that's just a maybe. There's not 100% guarantee I would do that Biloxi thing because of when the baby's due. Did I lose chat? Someone type something in chat so I know if I didn't lose y'all or not. Oh yeah, my son and them cooked dinner earlier. They made tacos and all the fixings and all that, And then my boys are all up. My two boys here. I got one son that moved to Wyoming. My two boys here, they're all on board for me to leave. They're like, go. We know you're unhappy here. And it's not that I'm unhappy here, is like being unhappy. I mean, I can film anywhere here. I never wanted to stay in Oklahoma once my divorce became final. I wanted to leave. And they're cool with me going to Vegas, and They said it's a bit far, you know. Gamble Dog, you'll have to rewind it all the way to the back. I'm having some issues, possibly moving to Vegas because of some medical problems, because some doctors aren't wanting to prescribe some medications on top of each other. But we'll know more next month once I get on the panel with all my doctors. But as of right now, anyone in Las Vegas I've gotten a hold of, they're like, no, you can't be on this med and this med both. So, could it mean that I might break away from something and be put on something else? I won't give up. I won't give up the pain medication. That's something I'm not going to give up. That's it can't happen. Because I know the injections don't work. Could it mean that I might get put on a different type of anxiety medication that doesn't interfere with the hydros and is more open to the Nevada rules? Maybe. I would be probably willing to make that sacrifice to make the move. Chips, I hope you enjoy your meal, whatever it is you're cooking. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing around here for now. We're going to play it by ear. Could the move from February or March be later on in the year until I can get this all figured out and situated? Maybe. Could it mean that I stay in Oklahoma? Could it mean that I have to move to a different state? Because like I said, I've talked to Beer Belly about possibly moving down in that area. Before this Vegas thing even became to light. And I did give Mississippi a thought too, so that's something I gave a thought. So Vegas wasn't the only thing that I thought about. But I'm also not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to be me. I'm still gonna live stream at the casinos around here for you guys, and I plan on going live Christmas Day. That's my plans. I don't really do anything for Christmas. The kids are all older now, and then the grandkids. Usually, if they're here that morning, I'll give them their gift or whatever. And that evening, I don't do shit anyway. So, but I've talked for about almost 40 minutes. I'm going to get off of here. Could the move to Las Vegas be a no-go? Sure, it possibly could. Do I like putting as much information out there like I did? I'm not that type of guy that usually does that. But I just like you guys to know kind of what's going on. So we'll know more next month. And I hope to see you guys on Christmas Day. I'm gonna be live I'm gonna probably go live either at WinStar or Durant versus my local. But anyway, I appreciate you guys all coming in. If you missed anything, watch the replay. And remember, you ain't winning if you ain't spinning. I love you all. I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a great night.